today's lesson we'll learn how to create point, line and polygon shapefile. Then we'll learn how to calculate area of the polygon and length of the line. Then we'll learn how to download shapefile from OpenStreetMap. Then we'll learn how to create map composer. In this session, we'll learn how to add point, line and polygon shapefile. To add point, line and polygon shapefile, first we'll add our projected topo sheet. I will go to layer, add raster layer. From here, browse, I will add my projected layer. You can also take this georeference topo sheet, but I am taking projected topo sheet. Open, add, close. Now you can able to see in topo sheet there are some village. So we'll give name to this village. We'll create point shapefile and we'll give name to this village place. Then we'll create line shapefile and we'll digitize this road, and then polygon shapefile. So first we'll create point shapefile. To create point shapefile, I will click on layer, create layer, new shapefile layer, layer, create layer, new shapefile layer. I will click here. Then file name, I will select the folder where I want to save this file. So I will choose the folder, this topo sheet, and I will name as a village name. And I will save. Now .shp file format is showing here. Geometric type is point. First we'll create point shapefile. Then name, I will select or I will add as a name here. We want to create an attribute table. For attribute table, I want to add a point shapefile as a name. Then my village name will be text data. So I am selecting here as a text data. Then the length I will select as a 30 character, because more than 30 character village name is not available in my city area. So I am selecting here as a 30. Then add to field list. After clicking on add to field list, my new attribute table is created here. This is previously created that we don't want. So I will remove the field and I will press OK. Now you can able to see village name point data is added in my QGIS environment. To start digitize point data, here is a pencil like icon is there, toggle editing. When I will click this, all the feature will activated here. When I will stop this, this will disappear. If this tool is not available here, then I will right click. This tool name is mostly digitize toolbar. So if I will uncheck this, this will be removed. When I will again left click and I will click here as a digitize toolbar, it will appear here. Then I will click on a toggle editing. After that, add point data option is there. So I will click on add point. I will left click here and I will add name as a Umbud. I will press OK. If I'll uncheck this, you can able to see point feature is added here. Now we'll add some more points. Now you can able to see we have added 5 point here. Now if I want to label this, then I will go to view, panels, and layer styling option is there. I will select this. Layer styling will appear here. First I will show you the attribute table. To see attribute table, first right click and then open attribute table option is there. Now you can able to see all the village name is showing here. When I will select this, it will appear here. So these are the interrelated to each other. They are connected to each other. So now if I want to name this is selected. If you want to unselect this feature is selected. If you want to unselect this, you can deselect all the feature. You can click. Now it will be deselected. After that, if I want to name this, then I will click on village name and single symbology. After that, if you want to change a color, we can change from here. If you want to label it, label option is there. Here I will select as a single label, and value, if value is name, already selected here. I want some displacement or detachment from this point and name. To detach this around point, displacement point is there, and we have selected around point. So in distance I will select as a 1, so it will be detach. Then apply. After that, if you want to change a style, we can change from here, or if you want to increase the size, you can increase from here. If you want to change the color, you can change a color of it. Apply and close. Like this, you can label it. Now we'll create line feature. We'll digitize this road. To digitize this road, again we'll go to layer, create layer, new shapefile layer, file name. I will select the folder where I want to save the file. I will type as a road, save. Then geometry type I will select as a line. For point I have selected point, for line I will select as a line. Name I will add as a road. Text data, length I will select as a 30 or 40 as your wish. Then add to list option is there. I will click here. Already by default created field that I don't want, so I will remove this field and I will press OK. Now you can able to see this road file is added here. To digitize this road file, I will click on toggle editing. This point feature first we have digitize. If you select this, then it will show as a point layer, and if you want to save the point feature, we'll click on save and it will save. Or if you want to select when you will select a road feature, then this kind of add line feature will be appear. Whatever you will select, like this the feature will appear here. When you will select the point, it will come as a add point feature. When you will select a road, it will come as a add line feature. So now we want to digitize a line, so I will select as a add line feature, and you can use a scroll option to zoom in or zoom out. From here, if I will digitize, if I'll uncheck this, you can able to see our digitize vertices. Left click I am doing. You can use a scroll down option, scrolling in or scrolling out. If by mistakenly if you have digitized some wrong places that you want to delete, you can enter as a backspace. You can use a scroll option to zoom in or zoom out. Now if I want to stop editing, I will right click and I will add this name as a road. I will press OK. Now you can able to see our line feature is added here. If I want to change a symbology, then I will select a single symbol. I will select a color, and if I want to increase the width, I will increase from here. I will press apply and OK. If I want to label, I will click here, label feature as a single label, and here I will select as a road. Now A is appearing here. After that, you can change the symbology style if you want to change. Now we'll digitize some more road. Now I will tell you the information about the snapping tool. When I will right click here, then snapping toolbar option is activated. When I will close this, it will be removed. When I will click here, gray place is there I will click, and again I will click as a snapping tool. The snapping tool appear here. It's look like as a magnet. When I will click here, then you can able to see it shows me some pink color. When I am clicking on the, when I am going near about this, the pink color is showing here. When I will uncheck this, it will not showing me pink color dot there because my snapping is off. When I will again start editing, it will show me the exact point where I have end my last vertices. So make sure this snapping tool is on. Now you can able to see all layer option is showing there. Whatever the layer is there, for that it will be showing me activation for all layer, or active layer means showing only this layer it will be activated. Then if I want to digitize this, make sure my snapping is on. Then I will click here and I will digitize. I am roughly digitizing. Again I will right click and add place as a B. Now if I want to digitize this road, a same road I want to digitize, then again I can digitize this. If by mistakenly you have cut here and you have given this road is A, if by mistakenly it's cut from here, again you can continue and merge it later. Now if I digitize this and I will give as A, so now you can able to see if I will open the attribute table, this A, this is A, and this is the same road. If I want to merge this road, then I will right click here and advanced digitization tool is there. When I will click advanced digitization tool, it will be activated. If I will close this and I will save this, then this tool will be not appear. This will be disappear. Again, when I will click here, toggle editing, this will be activated. After that, merge selected feature option is there. I will select this. Now my all A feature is selected. I will press OK, and now you can able to see in attribute table, here is the single road and this one is another road. You can merge like this. Now here you can also give label. We have already labeled it. Now we can able to see. If I'll close this, this is A road and this is B road. Now we have added a point feature and line feature. Now I want to digitize a polygon feature. To digitize a polygon feature, this is water tank I want to digitize, this forest I want to digitize. For this, we need to create a polygon layer. To create a polygon layer, I will click on layer, create layer, new shapefile layer. Here I will select as a polygon, press OK. isri.shp file will come here. Then geometry type, first we have selected point, then we have selected line. Now we are going to create a polygon shapefile. I will select polygon. Here I will add name. You can select text data. Length you can give 20, 30 as your wish. I am giving 50. Then add to list option is there. I will click here. Then ID, this created by default, that I don't want, I will remove this and OK. Now you can able to see polygon file is added here. To start digitizing polygon, I will click on this pencil, toggle editing, and I will select a polygon, toggle editing. This polygon, add polygon option will activated. I will select this and I will digitize this water body. To stop digitize, right click and add the name. This is Jang's Talao. Press OK. I will digitize some more points. I will digitize more polygon. Right click, Talao. If I want to digitize this forest, I will digitize roughly to demonstration purpose. Press OK. Now I want to change the color of all this polygon and I want to label this. For that, I will select here, I will go to layer styling. Here I will select polygon. So here is the option symbology. Here I will select as a categorize. After selecting categorize in value, I will select as a name. Then classify option is there. I will click on classify. This I don't want, so I'll remove. After that, if you want to change the color of the forest, you can change color from here. Apply. Then if you want to change color for this talao, select it, select from here, blue color if you want to give, apply and close. Now if you want to label this, we'll go to label, single label, and now label will appear here like this. If you want to see the attribute table, you can able to see attribute table of this. I will add all road lines and villages. Like this, you can digitize point, line and polygon shapefile. It's very simple to digitize point, line and polygon shapefile in QGIS environment. Now we'll learn how to calculate area of the polygon and length of the road. To calculate the area of this polygon, we'll select polygon, then right click, open attribute table. Here I will add a new field. New field option is there. It is activated here. If my editor, toggle editor is off, and then I will open, you can able to see it's not showing activated. So make sure your toggle editing is on when you will calculating the area. Then new field option is there, so I'll click on new field. I will name as a area. Here I will select as a decimal number, and length and precision I will keep as it is, and I will press OK. So now you can able to see new area field is added here. To calculate the area, I will click here, open field calculator. Here I will select as an update existing field. This field we want to update, so I will select this update existing field. Now I will select here as an area. Now I will go to geometry. Dollar area option is there. Double click on a dollar area, not the area which is showing below. Dollar area, when you will select, it will highlighted here. Then press OK. Now our area is highlighted and now our area is updated here. You can, another way you can add, you can directly go to open field calculator. Here you select as a create virtual field. Here you type as an area. We are already created, so I will give area 2. Output field I will give as a decimal number. After that I will click on geometry, area dollar and OK. Now you can able to see our area is calculated here. To delete any field, you can click on delete field option is there. When you click on delete field, if you want to delete this, you can select and OK. After that you can delete the field. Now we have learned how to calculate area. Now we will learn how to calculate the length. To calculate the length, I will select a road, right click, open attribute table. Here I will add field as a length. Here I will select as a decimal number and OK. After that, we'll again go to open field calculator, geometry. Here you select dollar length. Dollar length option is there, not the length which is showing above. Dollar length we have to double click. After that it will highlight it here. Make sure you select update existing field and you select here as a length, then the OK option will be showing here. If you will not select this, then it will be not highlighted. Make sure you select update existing field and select length and then press OK. Now our length is calculated here. So this is A length and this is B road length. Like this you can calculate area of polygon and length of the road. Now we'll learn how to download OpenStreetMap data into vector format. If you don't want to digitize line, point and polygon, for that we'll download OpenStreetMap. To download OpenStreetMap, I will type as a BBIKE extract OpenStreetMap. When you will type in Google BBIKE extracts OpenStreetMap, then this kind of interface will show. When you will click here, then it will ask for the format. So here by default selected is shapefile. If it's not selected by default shapefile, you can change the format in a shapefile format. So I'll select a shapefile. Now name of the area to extract, which area we want to extract. For that I'll click on a search. So I will search for the Aurangabad. I have already searched, so it's showing me. You can also type here Aurangabad and I will click on a search. After that it will show me some name, so I will click here Aurangabad, Maharashtra and India. After that I will zoom the place where I want to download my vector file. So I want to download this place. I will zoom little bit. So for downloading this, your email address you should add first. So I have already added here. You can add your email address, shapefile format, select area and then email address. After that, now move to the map to your desired location, then click here. After clicking here, it will show me the area of extent that we want to download. So you can move it, or if you want to increase the size, you can increase from here. So the selected area will download. We have to select the exact area which you want to download, or you can select as per your interest. So click on extract. After clicking on extract, it will give a message to us. It takes between 2 to 7 minutes to extract an area from planet.osm depending on the size of the area and the system load. You will be notified by email if your extract is ready for download. Please follow the instruction in the email to proceed your request. Area that we have selected is showing here Aurangabad, Maharashtra. So it's cover 96 square kilometer. Coordinate also showing and file format it's showing. Now we'll go to our email and we'll check. Now you can able to see in the name of BBIKE we have received an mail. Now in the file you can able to see your request OpenStreetMap area showing here Aurangabad and was extracted from Planet OSM. To download the file, please click on the following link. So I will click on the link. After that, my data is downloading below. I will click on show to the folder. I will right click and cut from here and I will paste it into new folder. I will create a new folder by the name of OSM and I will paste here. I will right click and extract file option is there. and OK. Now if I'll show you, we have received an shapefile by building, land use, nature, places, railways. Now we'll open it in our QGIS environment. I will click on layer and data source manager. Now we have to add a vector data, so we'll select on vector. Make sure your file is selected, then vector data set. Now you can able to see, we'll go to our folder on a desktop, OSM, planet, shape. So here number of file is showing here .esh, PRJ, but we want SHP file format. To sort this, I will select only ISRI shapefile. Then only SHP file will be showing here by the name of building. I will select all and OK and add. Now you can able to see we have downloaded all the buildings, roads, some places, railway tracks in vector format. Now if we want to, I will show you the attribute table. So this is building attribute table, land use attribute table. All the information is there in attribute table. Commercial area is industrial area, meadow, land use showing there. Then some important places is there. All the name of the places is there, locality. So all the information is there in attribute table. So now if I want to label this, so now if I want to label this, for that I will go to view, panel and layer styling. Here I will select as a land use label, single label by the name or type you can select. Now this is industrial area, this is farmland, all the detail is showing. Industrial areas. Now I will show you how to add OpenStreetMap data into QGIS. To open, make sure your browser is on. If this is not on here, we will go to view, panels and browser panels will select. After that it will be appear here. I will go below and X, Y and Z tiles is there. I will click on X, Y and Z tiles. Below that there is a OpenStreetMap option is there. So I will drag here. Now you can able to see OpenStreetMap is showing below and vector layer is above. So if I will uncheck this and check this, you can able to see OpenStreetMap is beside our vector data. This industrial area. If I will uncheck this, you can able to see Chikaltana MIDC industrial area is showing there. Like this you can add OpenStreetMap in your QGIS environment. Now we will learn how to create map layout or map composer. To create a map layout or a map composer, I am using a data which we have downloaded from OpenStreetMap. To create a map composer, I will click on project on a menu toolbar. Then I will click new print layout option is there. When I will click new print layout option, it will show me create print layout title. So I will type Aurangabad map here and I will press OK. When I will press OK, then new window will be opened to create our map composer. To do that, here are the some layout, item properties, guides, items and undo history is there. If it's not showing here, you can right click and you can add it. Now if you want to select a print setup, then we'll click on write, then page property option is there. You can select here from the A4, A3, A2 as per your wish. You want to take a printout on A1, you can select A1. I am taking A4. If you want landscape or portrait as per your map, you can select. So I am keeping landscape. And width and height, if you want to increase of the page layout, you can increase from here. And if you want to change a background color, you can select from here and you can add a background to it, but I don't want to change. I will keep white only. Now I want to add a map here. To add a map, I will click on add item option is there. Then add map option is there. I will click on add map. I will press my mouse and I will drag here. Left click mouse, you select and drag a map. Now my map is added here. This is our map. I added here. Now move item content is there. I will select it and I will move the map. Wherever I want, I can move. I am moving in center. Now I will change the scale to fit a frame. Now I will change the scale to fit the frame. Here I will change the scale. Again I will change to 40,000. Now my map is fitting exactly as I want. Now we will add legend to it. Now we'll add grid to it. We'll add latitude and longitude. To add a latitude and longitude, I will click on grid, then I will click on plus sign, add a new grid, then grid 1 will appear. I will select a grid 1, then modify grid I will click. After clicking on modify grid, grid type I will keep solid, then CRS I will change, coordinate reference system, that I will select our number 4326. This is our WGS 84 European Petroleum Survey Group. EPSG stands from European Petroleum Survey Group. This WGS 84 is our datum that we'll select. We want latitude and longitude in degree, minute or second or degree decimal. Then we can change the projection. Here I will give 0.5 interval. In 0.5 interval, there will be gap of 0.5 in my grids. 0.5 degree gap will be there, so I am selecting 0.5. Then I don't want this line. So to remove this line, I want to show some line, but it will be in a very low transparent. So I will select here. It will be visible, but it should be less visible that I want to show. Now we'll go back from here. After that, I want to add a frame to the map. To add a frame and to coordinate or a frame, first we'll add a frame. To add a frame, no frame option is there, so I will select as a zebra. Now you can able to see, you can change from here, but I am keeping zebra. Now you can reduce the frame size 1, 2, 3 as per you want. Then if you don't want zebra style on left top, you can uncheck from here. Then we'll click here, draw coordinate. When I will click here, then the coordinate will appear there. Now you can able to see all the coordinate is showing here after I tick on draw coordinate. Now I want unit in degree and minute. You can select it degree minute second or degree minute second with suffix, but I want to show it in degree and minute, so I will select degree and minute. After that, this is outside, so I want it to be vertical, so I will select here. Now you can able to see it's vertical. From right side if we want to see vertical, then I will add as a vertical ascending or vertical descending. Now we have added coordinate. After that, I want to add label to the map. So I will go to item properties and label option is there. So I will left click on a mouse and I will drag and I will add name here as a Aurangabad city map. Now I want to change a font, so I will select font here as a Times New Roman, then bold, and size I will select 28. Now I want in center, so I will select center, and vertical display alignment is the middle. After that, if you want to reduce the size, you can reduce from here, and if you want to add a frame, you click on frame, the frame will be added here. You can change the color of frame, or if you want to change a color of this Aurangabad city map, you select and you can change the color. Now after that we'll go back. Now I want to add legend to the map. To add a legend, I will click on add legend, left click and drag here. Now I will move it on a side, and all the legend is added here. If any legend is not showing, make sure you have to see in the map all is tick there. If it's not tick here, you have to tick and then it will be show again here. Now I want to change a background color of it. I don't want background color, I want to see transparent, or I will keep some background color with transparent. I want to do it a background color, so you can do it from here as per your wish. Now we'll go to add a scale bar or to add a north arrow. First we'll add a north arrow. I will select on north arrow and I will drag here. If you want to change a north arrow, SVG image, from here you can change, or if you want to increase the size or decrease the size, we can do it from here. I will move north arrow. Now I want to add a scale here, so I'll click on add item, add scale bar option is there. This way you can add a scale here. If you want a border to scale, select and frame option is there, then you can add. Now we have given title, then legend, scale and north arrow to the map. Now we want to export this map. To export this map in image format, in JPG format or PDF format, we'll click on layout and then export as an image or export as a PDF. So first export as an image, I will click, select the folder. I will keep as it is Aurangabad map. From here you can change as a PNG or JPG format or TIFF format, whatever format you want you can select, and save option is there. Now export resolution will increase the resolution of the map. You can add as a 500 or a 600. Then save option is there. Click on save. Our map is exported into PNG format. Now successfully exported layout. Click here to see. Now I will click here, and now you can able to see our map is created in PNG file format. Now make sure you have to save this file. To save this file, I will click on save as. If you want to do any change in future, we have to save this file in .qgz format. So I will save my Aurangabad map. In future, if I want to change anything in this map, I will directly open and I can change in the map. So for that I am saving this in .qgz file. Now I will close this, and if I want to open this again, I will go to the folder and I will click on my Aurangabad map. Now it's open. Like this, if you want to do any change, you can change from here. If you will change it into PNG or JPG, then you cannot be able to change. So to see our map layout which we have saved, to see that I will click on show layout manager and Aurangabad map and show. Now this map is there. If you want to change again anything, north arrow, legend, title, you can change from here. So you have to save this file. Like this you can create a map composer or map layout in QGIS. What we learned today? We learned today how to create point, line and polygon shape file. Then we learned how to calculate area of the polygon and length of the line. Then we learned how to download vector data from OpenStreetMap. Then we learned how to create map composer or map layout in QGIS.